Great to wake up with you. Victory Monday. We're all fired up here in Good Morning Jacksonville. And yes, let the festivities begin. But we can celebrate safely. We got to do that this morning because we've got this patchy, dense fog out there. And really, as we look at this overall pattern, this is going to be the pattern this week. Foggy to sunny and warm, but a little too warm. You know, those water temperatures have cooled in the 50s. The river's cooled in the 50s. And then when you get this warm air coming up over the cooler water that we're surrounded by here on the First Coast, it can cause some big problems. So we're slowing it down. Low beams this morning, pea soup fog in spots, less than a quarter visibility, and this will be in effect through 9 a.m. out there. So again, please slow it down. And in fact, as you take a look at the overall picture the next 12 hours, once we get through 9, 10 a.m., there's our clouds. We're locked in. Very warm temperatures heading out the door at 57. This afternoon, it'll be nice to see the sunshine again. All right, we're going to see some sunny weather, especially as we head toward lunchtime, 3 o'clock, with high temperatures back into the lower 70s. So overall, going to make this a wonderful Victory Monday, but just verifying the forecast with our weather impact alert this morning. Kind of tough to see out there. And if you're traveling, especially south, the farther south you go, the thicker the fog. All right, so you see Duval locked in the fog. Out toward the beaches, a little better mixing there. So Neptune Beach, St. Augustine, a little better visibility this morning. Good news, we look at our weather impacts today. Well, we've got the fog this morning, and as we zoom in, it's going to be a beautiful day once we mix in some of that sunshine. But again, weather impact alert until 9 a.m. for fog. Warm afternoon. Look at McClenny, Middleburg back in the low 70s. If you're traveling, nothing to really slow you down. We don't have any big Arctic fronts like we've seen over the last few weeks. So looking good, even 40s for D.C., 50s in Raleigh, Knoxville, Tennessee. Wow, basking in some 60-degree weather, and that really setting the tone for our forecast as well. But tonight again, warm air over the cool water. We've got that weather impact alert once again between 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. Near zero visibility in the fog. Very warm for this time of year. Not far from some of our daytime highs with lows near 60. And then tomorrow, that warming trend just continues back into the low to mid 70s. So even warmer. But notice the maps. They're all lit up. See these little symbols here? That's fog as we start off, but yeah, feeling like March in the afternoon once we get through that foggy start. And you can see the polar air has really retreated to the north. We've got a big dome of high pressure we normally see in the springtime. So you see the cooler colors, the blues and the whites here. That's where that Arctic air is going to stay this week. Now, winter's not done. We'll start to see a push of some cooler air, it looks like, by the second part of the weekend into next week. But again, the worst of that cold weather staying to the north. But I promised you that pollen count. We're tracking more pollen than polar air this week. So warm, back into the medium range by Wednesday. So I know our pollen season really kicks up in February. We usually have our issues as we head a little later into spring. But if we get these warm weeks, just keep in mind those graphs can go up much earlier than expected. So I'm just giving you a heads up. As far as the weekend, we got the Bills, Jaguars. Just want to sneak peek to this. It looks like the heavy rain this weekend stays north of us, but there could be a few showers around. I think the best chance will be on Saturday. So for the Bills, Jaguars, winning weather. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s with a northwest wind at 15. 7-day forecast does include, yes, more weather impact alerts for that fog in the morning this week. And then look at those temperatures rise. Yeah, feeling like March, back up near 80 by late week into the weekend.